current state of TikTok, one of the things I want to tell you, don't be discouraged. I think early 2024 is going to be prosperous for creators. After the shop hype gets over, after the creator fund ends, TikTok's going to have to move on to that next chapter. So early 2024 is going to be prosperous for creators. The other thing is to learn these skills, guys. Learn these skills that I'm teaching here, that you're learning in that community, that you could even learn in my community as well. But learn these skills that no platform could ever take away from you. If you want to take this to other places, even to long form YouTube, you can take these skills with you anywhere you want. Okay. And the final thing I want you to remember is that you're only one video away. And I mean that. You guys are really only one video away. And I'm going to show you guys in these next couple slides what exactly I mean by that. So let's talk about the criteria for ideas first. Okay. So why do ideas matter? Why do these ideas matter to you as a creator? This is Mr. Beast here. Obviously, if you guys haven't heard of Mr. Beast, he gets millions, 50 to 75, 100 million views on his videos. He's got over 100 million subscribers. And as a content creator, he said this quote that I'd rather try to get 5 million views on one video than 100K on 50 videos. Do you guys see how much magnitude is in that number? If you get 5 million views, which is very possible on TikTok, people have done it. People do it all the time, right? And the magnitude of knowing how much 100K views is, you would have to get it 50 times to reach that 5 million, that 5 million views. And to put that into perspective, you're like, geez, I would have to make 50 really good videos to do the damage that one good video could do. So that really, hopefully that really hits home that idea of quality matters. And taking that extra time to work on a good video is going to matter to you, okay? And the other thing to understand with this as well is the other thing that he said was the difference between 1 million views and 20 million views isn't 20x the effort, it's having a better idea. Now, here's an example for me. I just pulled my numbers, okay? So I'm going to be transparent with you on my account right now. So if you guys can see that, I started my account sometime in March, but I just put March day, the March day, and then I put today's date, and I'm currently have a 6.2 engagement rate. Okay. And I've got just under 9 million views on this account. But if you guys see over here, I have 4 million of my views from 2 videos, 3.9 million, but we're going to round it up. So almost, 40% of my views, 40% of my views, 45% of my views came from 2 videos, right? This video was when search engine optimization was just becoming a thing in March, early April, where people were really struggling with this idea and categorizations were really starting to matter. This was a mix between good timing and a good idea, right? And so, and then this one right here was my very first video that I posted, and this was the algorithm has changed forever. And that also was an idea that hit, especially when people were struggling right after the new year of 2023, where their short videos weren't working anymore, where those quote videos where you put a quote over and you let it, you only play the background for 7 seconds and let it replay and replay and replay. That worked in 2022. I grew an account to 84K in like 3-4 months. Better Men Daily if you want to check that out. But I grew it that way, and people were wondering why that way wasn't working in early 2023. And so I made this video, a 3-minute video, highly edited, an idea with this that meets this criteria, right? And I posted it, and it hit 1.2 million views. One of my very first videos. So understanding that ideas truly matter. They can make or break your account. So ideas matter, and here's how you choose better ones. Okay. Let's talk about these 4 criteria. And the first 2 criteria, honestly, they come with your niche, right? They come with you being a creator, come with your niche. Okay. So the first one, I'm passionate about it. Of course, if you're going to be passionate about the niche that you're talking about right now, but that is a prerequisite for a good idea. If you were a brand new creator and you weren't sure what you were going to make yet, you would want to make sure that you're passionate about the niche that you're talking about and the idea. The second, will my audience deeply care about it? So when we go back to this slide here, will my audience care about SEO, learning about SEO when it was a brand new concept? Turns out they did. Would my audience be interested in the TikTok algorithm changing forever? Of course, right? And so those first 2 are important, but they kind of come with the niche if you're already established. The third one, though, it has to invoke some sort of emotion and or enlightenment, right? And it can be answered with a Google search. This is a big one. When by the end of the video, when we talk about the HTG method, this part will be extremely important. By the end of the video, did you make somebody feel something, right? Is this one of those commercials with the 19 cents a day can feed a dog per month, right? You know, you've seen those Sarah McLachlan in the arms of an angel type videos, right? That's drawing emotion. The other thing can be enlightenment, like the aha moment, the epiphany moment, right? If you can give somebody that epiphany moment by the end of a video, you're going to make them satisfied as a viewer, right? So that's a big thing that you guys need to do, is invoke emotion and or enlightenment. And that's two things that happen here as well with search engine optimization. This was a new idea. They're like, whoa, this matters. And they can see it tangibly and they can do it tangibly. Same thing with the algorithm changing forever. This was a enlightening moment that the algorithm really has changed. Short videos aren't doing as well, right? And then finally, your idea opens multiple curiosity gaps, right? It can't just be surface level. It can't be vague, right? You can't let somebody assume what the answer is. And if they assume what the answer is and they're right, they're going to be dissatisfied with the video, right? They're going to swipe. They'll probably won't ever, interact with your videos again. And so a lot of people think they have good ideas, and a lot of people just shoot. As soon as they think of something, they just shoot a video. And that's the wrong approach on this algorithm. On the old algorithm, yes, because the more content you can put out, the more eyeballs in terms of quantity that you can get, the better, because you're pretty much just testing. But with this new algorithm, you have to make sure that your ideas are meeting these criteria, okay? So I'm going to give you guys an example. I'm going to discuss 3 angles to slowly go through this with me, and I'm going to show you the best angle and why. So this will be the example. So angle number 1, why was the nuclear bomb dropped on Hiroshima? Okay. Is this the winning angle? I'm going to give you guys just a second to process that. So you see this idea. Why was the nuclear bomb dropped on Hiroshima? And so is this the winning angle? No. Why? It's because the answer can be simply and easily Googled, right? So if you Google why was the nuclear bomb dropped on Hiroshima, you can get a little succinct, successful answer within 10 to 15 seconds. And your viewer's likely not going to commit to a 1 to 2 minute video about this singular idea because it could be answered in 10 to 15 seconds. And so a lot of people that I see and that I talk to that I'm coaching right now come to me with some of these ideas. And these ideas are not going to cut it, right? Unless you're making a 15-second video, which right now in this presentation, the whole point of this is for us to get away from those 7 to 10-second videos and instead get into out of your comfort zone, the 30-second videos, the 1-minute videos, the 2-minute videos. TikTok's going to be testing the 15-minute video feature within the next month or two. So you guys need to understand the importance of the ideas and their angles. So the reason number 1 is that no, because this could easily be Googled and answered in 10 to 15 seconds. So let's try angle number 2 here. What happened before, during, and after the bomb was dropped? Okay, I'll give you a chance. Just give you a second there. What happened before, during, and after the bomb was dropped? Is this the winning angle, right? This kind of feels to me, by the way, I'm just going to give you a hint. This kind of feels like a boring report that you wrote in school, right? Something that you weren't passionate about writing, but you had to write it, right? So what happened? It's a decent enough idea. It's an okay idea, but there is no curiosity gap that you created. What's the tension? It's boring. And so that's not a good idea. Right? Or it's not the best idea. Okay. Now, number 3. Why isn't Hiroshima a nuclear wasteland? Process that for a second. Why isn't Hiroshima a nuclear wasteland? That's a good idea. Is this a winning angle? Yes. This is a good idea. The reason that this is a good idea is because there's a curiosity gap built and you can unfold several things from this, right? How did they rebuild the city so fast, right? How can people still live there? Don't people have problems with radiation? And then, even in this video, you could bring up something like, why can't they live in Chernobyl, but people can still live in Hiroshima? And unraveling and unpacking that, you see how there's a lot more. It's a lot more dense. It goes below the surface, right? It's a good question. And in essence, guys, you can also answer the questions that the last 2 angles that we talked about, you could answer those questions inside of this idea, right? Why isn't Hiroshima a nuclear wasteland? You could discuss why was the bomb dropped, and you can tell them what happened before, during, and after. But ultimately, you're going to answer why it's not a nuclear wasteland. You see how there's depth to this idea, right? And that's what a good idea can do versus an average idea or a subpar idea. Are you guys getting this? Are you guys understanding where I'm coming from? I love it, guys. Hopefully you guys are getting some value from this. I love to see the thumbs up and the hearts. That is amazing. Now, this is a great start for 2024, but it's not enough. So you guys can get instant access to the TikTok growth community. And it's $97, one-time fee, lifetime access to all of the content. And if you guys want to get started now, you guys can go ahead and grab this with the code GROWTH15. You guys can save 15% at checkout at my Stan Store. So I hope this is helpful, guys. I really want you guys to join that community, be with us, and you guys can learn these things. I have these things available right now for you guys to consume instantly. So hopefully you guys go ahead and join us there. But thank you guys so much. Now I'm open to some Q&A questions.